First obstacles. Obstacles that you will find. Well, in a normal situation without any prior knowledge, you would naturally bring, let's say, meditation, but in a very subtle way, like 10 minutes, half an hour tops, once in a while. So it would be very subtle and you would explore more the theoretical teachings, healings, therapies, and all of that in a very light way. But for a seeker of truth, the one who has the calling, this is not good enough. So, as I've explained in the previous video, the first one, about answering the divine call, for this you need to implement a serious meditation with a prolonged sitting time. More than this is just very superficial. So at least start with 1 hour sittings, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and if you can put more, the better. I will talk about this, the discipline, in another video. So, as you try to bring meditation in an intense way, the first obstacles you will have to deal with will be fears, attachments, and ignorance also, because you won't know what you're doing. So you will get some techniques somewhere, but it's too soon, too young, there's nothing much more concrete. So you don't know much of what you're doing and why and what's the purpose. So this is the first things you need to understand. The life that you had, your habits, they are countering this new path that you're trying to follow, that you're trying to connect to. And all those habits will be an obstacle for you to maintain your practice, your discipline. And it's a process of purification. I will go into this also deeper in another video. So these obstacles, as you are implementing an intense practice, intense in your perspective, of course, in your world, this will have a profound effect in your life. So all habits that you are, everything as you recognize yourself, is fruit of certain habits that have been there for so long. These habits, they are in place because there are beliefs behind them. Things that need to be, that you are feeding with those habits and trying to avoid. Fears, dependencies, fragilities, etc. Dreams about security, prosperity, etc. So as you are implementing meditation in your world, some obstacles will rise. It's inevitable. It will be from yourself. You will have to make choices. Either I sit here for meditation, or I'm going out with friends and this and that, for example. And your choices, they count in the progress that you will have. So these obstacles will rise. Habits will go against your meditation. The necessities for security, as I explained previously, trying to establish security immediately in a new context, letting the mind fly into these new directions. And as you are restraining that, you are exposing yourself to live, to be in a fragile situation. It's not fragile because it's not different. Security is just an illusion, but still, it's an illusion that it's well entertained. So you'll be living a fragile situation. Also, if you are living with other people, with family, parents or partners or whatever, your meditation, your practice will affect the environment. And as you are improving, rising your level of consciousness, this will disturb others that are expecting you to behave in the same way, to follow what they think it's best for you, to interact with them in the same manner. And as they are seeing this, changing, feeling that changing vibration will affect them, and they will come on to you to bring you back to where you were, to what you were doing. Your investments, you will look at meditation as something that you can put in your life and it will improve all the rest. But that is not the case. Meditation, that call, has to become the center of your life. And as you do so, all other things which are connected, like I explained, the dependencies, fragility, greed, also, all of this will be difficult because you will have to make choices. And as you start your meditation, other obstacles will be there, probably even more. They will come prior to these ones that I've spoken. Obstacles in your posture, pain in the body because the body is too dense, not used to meditation, and it has to cleanse. So these pains are part of a cleansing process. Of course, position has to be upright. It has to be in place. I will talk also about this. So pain in the body that doesn't let you be motionless, which is the purpose of the sitting. And emotional cleansing also, you can have the urge to cry, you're feeling sad and you imagine, no, this is not right because I'm feeling sad. But all of these are impurities, negativities in the mind as you are meditating, and noise around you, ideas popping up in your mind that you have to do this and that, so you cannot meditate, or you have to break your meditation and do it later. All of these noises, impurities will have to come out. These are the first obstacles. And you will see your habits, your sleeping habits will have to change, your diet habits will have to change, and you will see this clearly as you stay firm in your intent to meditate, to maintain a meditation routine and to increase it. So you don't need to worry about these things directly, but you will have to make adjustments in every sphere. And you will have to reduce the level of noise that you're surrounded with so that you can help your meditation to deepen, so as to enable you to touch the life of the calling, to tune with the calling, the spiritual calling. So these obstacles, you can be sure that they will be there. The biggest obstacle of all, of course, is you not knowing what you're doing. And that is normal. And you cannot learn it all at once. And there's no point in waiting to learn everything to start, because your perception has to change, your awareness has to change. And for this, a lot of cleansing has to happen, and that is through meditation. The more intense it gets, the better. So you need to expect these first obstacles. There will be many more. But you can expect these obstacles, they will come. And as you are prepared for it, the chances to endure it and overcome it will increase tenfold. And by waiting for them, and use this key, whatever is helping your meditation deepen, you can maintain. Whatever is going against, you have to cut and put aside. And as you are changing, it is normal also that your interest starts to change. Things that you liked, you start to dislike. Interests that you share with friends may change. And then you start to notice a distance from them. And this probably will create restlessness because you have certain dependencies on that level. And many attachments will come, will rise. That will always put you on this situation. You have to choose. Either you continue your meditation or you stop it. And as you start your meditation, you have to continue it daily without exception. Because if you start, today I am going to go out with friends, I will not do my meditation. I'll do tomorrow. If you do this, you will not be able to maintain it. You will lose it very fast. You see, the life that you're experiencing now is the old. The calling, the spiritual calling that is shaking your life. It is pointing towards the new. And the old has no space in the new. So everything is there as part of the old. You will try to adapt, but the more you do that, the more time you waste, the more difficult it becomes. So it has no place there. So these obstacles, they will also help you to prepare to develop certain qualities that you will need, which is the capability to endure, to persist, to continue no matter what. So all these discomforts, all these difficulties, all these obstacles, they are very important to be dealt with in a constructive manner. So those are obstacles that are there to elevate you, so that you rise above these difficulties. And this will be very important in the long run. So these obstacles, be sure they will be there. And it is always a choice. Either you embrace more your meditation or you let it go a little bit more. One path leads to a new reality, the other goes back to the same. So choose wisely. And these obstacles, if you persist with a strong mindset, they will not be that difficult to deal with.